I do make amazing YouTube videos, and this is how I script my YouTube videos in 3 simple steps, which I call version 1, version 2, and version 3. Now, version 1. This is like the bone of your video, like the structure, the skeleton of a video. And I ask myself 3 simple questions. Number 1, what topic am I trying to cover? In your video, what are you trying to talk about? What are you trying to do? What information are you trying to communicate? That is the topic of your video. Now, this topic can change over time as you film the video, but you need to have a general idea of what you're going to talk about. So the first question I ask myself, what is my topic? Now, the second question I ask myself, what style of video am I trying to shoot? Am I trying to do a vlog, a cinematic video, a sit-down video, a voiceover video, and so forth? Now, you can combine a mixture of styles of videos in your video. My last video, how I filmed my YouTube video, I combined 3 styles. I had cinematic, I had sit down, and I had a voiceover. So you decide the kind of video you want to film and state that clearly. Now you have your topic, what style of video, and then the last question I asked myself in my version 1 is, what do I want my video to cover? For example, let's say I say I want to film my morning routine. So let's go back to our 3 questions. What is the topic? My morning routine. What style of video do I want to cover? I say, oh, for my morning routine, I want voiceover and cinematic. So I know that that is the style of video I want my morning routine video to be about. Now, the third question, what do I want my morning routine to cover? I can say I want it to cover waking up in the morning, having my bath, picking an outfit, breakfast, and going to work, for example. So now that shows me exactly what I want to cover in my video and a clear path to what I want to focus on. And when I'm writing my script, I know exactly where to focus on because these are the things I want to cover on or in my YouTube video. Now your script is already taking place. Now that you have a clear path, you know what is going on, you have some idea of where you're heading towards and what you want your video to cover. The next one is version 2. This is where we start to add meat to the bone. So in version 2, you start to put the skin, the flesh to your bone to start to tell a better story. Version 2, I frame it into 4 simple scenes. The first one is opening scene or hook scene. Now, opening scene, how do you want to open your video? How do you want to start your video? So for social media, a lot of people do hook scenes. How do you want to hook the viewers in your video so that they can stay and watch your video? So that's basically your opening scene. Opening scene can take different ways and different structures. Some people can start with their logo. Some people can start with, hi, welcome to my YouTube video. Some people can just dive right into the video like I did. However you want to do. Some people can start by drawing you with a very appetizing starter so that you can stay for the main course. You get what I mean? So that's basically opening scene or your hook scene. So that is the first category. The second category is what I call the dialogue or action scene. Now for dialogue or action scene, I don't really do as much work here. I just go to my version 1, pick what I want my video to cover and dump in my dialogue or my action scene because that is what I will be putting flesh to the bone. So I already have that already done. So I would just put that in my dialogue and action scene and start to build on it. So for example, I said, we are using the example of my morning routine. And I said that I wanted it to cover me waking up in the morning, me studying my Bible. So I start to ask myself, me waking up in the morning, what do I really want to tell the viewers? What do I want them to see? What do I want to show? I can say, oh, I want to show me waking up in the morning, stretching my arms and yawning. I want to show me turning on my light switch. Like whatever you want to show, that is what you start to add into your bone of the video. Number 2, I want to show, me studying my Bible. What do I want to show in that scene? Me picking up my Bible, me flipping my Bible, me saying a prayer. Like basically you're not adding flesh, you're building on those bones that you started with, right? Because before you were just doing bullet points in version 1. Now version 2, you are explaining those bullet points and what you want them to clearly show to the viewers. So the next category is the B-roll and transition scene. For example, for this scene, I don't really do too much. I kind of save it for my version 3 because at that time I can have a better understanding. But sometimes I do have ideas when I'm writing the dialogue and action scene, and I want to include it so that I don't forget that cool transition I thought about, or that cool B-roll I thought about, or that cool cutaway scene I talk about. Now I'm going to break down what transition scene and B-roll scene for people that might not be into videography. So basically, transition scene is how you want to transition from one scene to the other and do it in the smoothest, cool way as possible, right? That is what a transition scene is. B-rolls can also be like cutaway scenes. For example, when I filmed the video on why I'm struggling with my spiritual life, in that video I had a sit down video, but I also included you in part of my day by taking you on a vlog as well. So those, even if those things were not part of the video, but they were like B-roll or outside scenes or cutaway scenes to tell a better story, right? So people use this in different forms to express themselves, to be creative. So that's what a B-roll is. It's necessarily not what you're filming about, or it can also be shedding more light in your video. For example, I am speaking right now and I can have different scenes of different things that are happening that tell a better story, so that you're not just seeing my face throughout this video, you're also seeing different versions of what I'm trying to explain to tell a better story. You will see me do it several times in this video, whereby you will not see me anymore, you will just see the screen and what I'm trying to explain. Those are also called B-rolls. So things that just help tell a better story, give a break on for your audience in just watching one scene, and just help highlight your perspective as well. So those are like B-rolls, transitions, cutaway scenes. Sometimes I have the idea when I'm writing my dialogue and action, so I just have that as a scene just in case so I don't forget. But most times I do the B-roll and the transition scene in version 3, which we'll talk about. Now, the fourth category is the closing or outro scene. How do you want to close your video? How do you want to end your video? The same way I asked in the opening scene, this can take different forms as well. How do you want to end it? By saying bye, see you next time? How do you want to end it? By putting a motivational quote? How do you want to end it? By putting a scripture? How do you want to end it? Like however you want to end your video, however you want to end that clip is basically your closing or outro scene. And planning this helps you have a well-rounded story. So that is basically version 2. Version 2 is you doing the storytelling by categorizing it in 4 ways: opening or hook scene, dialogue or action scene, which is like the body of your script or your storytelling, B-roll or cutaway, or transition scenes, how you want to transition from one scene to the other or expatiate on your story, and closing or outro scene, how you want to close your video. So once you start to piggyback and add layers on this, you can start to tell a better story and have a better scripting template. Now for version 3. This is what I call the SI production plan. It contains in-depth planning of exactly how I want my video to look. Now, of course, this can change when I'm editing or when I'm filming if something comes up, but for the most part, I literally stick to the script. So this is where I plan out everything, map out everything. As I said, my scripting and storytelling takes 50% of my video, and my filming and editing takes the other 50%. As I said in my last video, how I film my YouTube video. And it's because I am so detailed in my scripting that when I film, it kind of makes it really easy because I know exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to do a real life practice of what that looks like with all these versions. But these are just the 3 simple versions: version 1, version 2, version 3, and what they're about and how they help me script and tell a better story. Some videos will take this level of effort to plan. Some of them will not take, because I don't do this for all my videos. So most of my videos can take version 1 and version 2 and I'm good. Most of my more cinematic vlog kind of style of videos, that is why those videos are actually the hardest to film, because they take more time to plan and they bring me into my version 3. So I'm going to do like a real life demo on how all these versions play out, so that you guys can see practically how I go about it. So I use Google Docs to stay organized. I'm just going to label my Google Docs my morning routine, because that's what we're going to be talking about. And then I'm going to make 3 different tabs, which I'm going to label version 1, version 2, and version 3. I do this to stay organized and so that I can know exactly where I'm going when I'm working on each version. So we're just going to go into version 1, and as I said, we're going to be asking ourselves 3 main questions. What is my topic? My topic is my morning routine. What style of video I'm looking at making a voiceover and cinematic video, and then do I want to cover? I want to cover some topics like waking up, studying my Bible, having my bath, getting dressed, breakfast routine, leaving my home, entering my car. These are just topics I feel like I would want to cover in my video. Then we go into version 2, and then of course we start with our opening scene and our hook. And how do I want to start my video? So for my morning routine, I'm thinking of having a motivational quote or a scripture to start the video. So this is me organizing what I think I want my morning routine to start with. The second thing is the dialogue and or the action scene. And then in this scene, I go to my version 1. I copy and paste my what do I want this video to cover, and I put it, and then I start building on that. For my wake up scene, what do I want to see? So I can say I want a video of my alarm ringing, a video of me sitting up and yawning, a video of me turning the lights on. Then I go into studying my Bible and what I want to see. I continue to build and build until I've covered all the bone or outlines I wanted my video to cover in version 1. So as I said, this is you adding more information, adding more explanation on what you want your video to cover. So I will just continue to build it until I get to the last point. As I said, I mostly work on my transition and my B-roll scene in version 3. So for now, I'm going to leave it blank and focus on my closing and outro scene. My closing and outro scene, I basically want to end the video how I started it by having a blast screen and having an inspirational or Bible quote. So that's how I believe I'm going to end this video. Now version 3 is time to organize and create my blueprint. I make tables, I put them in shots, dialogue or action and camera angles. I start to build exactly what I want to see. As my video takes form, as it takes shape, for this video, I think I'm going to just play audio over the routine. So I'm not really writing much in my dialogue. If I'm going to do a voiceover, I'll probably write what I'm going to say or close to what I'm going to say, because at the end of the day, I might freestyle it. But just mapping out in detail what I want to include. The most interesting thing about this version is my camera angles. So I actually plan every shot. So for example, I have video of my alarm ringing and I have top down shot of alarm ringing because that is the view I want my viewers to see. For example, my third shot says a video of me turning on my light. Now I want 2 different kind of camera angles. I want a medium shot of my back going to turn on the light, and then a close-up shot of me actually turning on the lights. I think now would be a good time to introduce what camera angles are. I know I'm not going to say all the words and phrases of it, but I'm going to define it under 3 categories. There are 3 major types of shots when it comes to camera angles and filming. Of course, there are subsections and sections in those shots, but the 3 major kind of shots are, the first one is the wide angle shot. Now, wide angle is a larger shot that kind of establishes a location. When you want your viewers to know exactly where you are without having to second guess or build assumptions, that is what a wide angle shot is, or where you want to tell more information in a single shot. That is a wide angle shot. Now, the second kind of shot is a medium shot, which is actually what I'm filming right now. A medium shot usually is a half shot, usually from your waist up or from your chest up. So those are kind of like medium shots. They are used to pay attention to one singular thing. As much as I want you to see my background, but the background is not the focus. I'm the focus. So having a medium shot does not distract you with the surrounding as much, but it makes you to focus on me, which is the item that you are supposed to be focusing on in this video, if that makes sense. So that's what a medium shot is. And then the last kind of shot is the close-up shot. Now, close-up shot is used to tell details in depth. If you want the viewer to just focus on a specific thing. For example, I said my lights, which I want a close-up shot of me turning on the light. So every focus will be on the light. Not a lot of the surrounding would not show in that shot. You're singularly focused, and that's when you want your viewers to pay attention to details, if that makes sense. So those are the three major shots. The other ones, like top-down approach, those ones are just other names that I use to just, you can give your shot a name, right? When I said top-down shot, I said top-down because I wanted the shot for me to remember that the top-down is like me looking down on something. That's what I call top-down, right? Top up can be you looking up at something. You want your viewers to have that same view when they are watching your content as well. So you can tweak this shot different ways you want to tell a better story, but those are the three major shot types that kind of exist. And me, I'm not really into filming and videography. I didn't go to film school, but based on my experience and what I've learned so far, this is how I can explain it in very simple terms. As someone that did not come from a videography background, because sometimes when they are explaining, it can be quite a lot. But this is just a layman and everyday person telling you what these shots are and how I frame it in my storytelling and my scripting as well. So I continue to plan and write my shots, my camera angles until I'm done, with all my scripting. This is usually the final result that I print out and I actually use to film. It just helps you stay organized, it helps you be more creative and not feel burdened on filming day because you have to figure out different things which would have been done prior to you filming. And there we have it. This is how I script my YouTube videos without going to film school or anything. It's what I've learned over the years as I've been filming and been doing YouTube or videography on the side. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys my process. If you're starting, you can emulate this process as well. Make it as something that you can use for your own good, for your own benefit. It doesn't have to be verbatim, but however you can help you tell a better story. I'm someone that likes to be organized. I like to have a plan. I like to have a structure. This keeps me structured and helps my brain to be creative and do all the things you want to do. Creativity is free, so I might as well just put it in my paper or in my video as best as possible, and I can learn in the process as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it might be a little bit lengthy, but we are here to learn, to grow. And if you appreciate this content, please ensure to give me a thumbs up, like this content, and ensure to subscribe. Come with us, let's thrive, let's grow together. And yeah, I'm happy to have you here. SR production is about three main things: conversations, real life conversations about life, faith, anything in general that I'm experiencing, I like to share. Number two, vlogs for you to get to know me, my lifestyle, and get to know me apart from just speaking to you all the time. And number three, games, where I'm there to invite people and to spice up content from time to time. I'm thinking of doing a game. I don't want to spill the tea yet, but you guys are going to see when you guys are going to see it. You know what I mean? Okay. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share this video to all the content creators you know, especially the upcoming new small YouTubers. Let us all grow together. Let us all support each other. Let us all learn together. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.